Yo, what up, man?
What am I?
Nah, man, what you up to?
Just watching some wrestling.
Oh, damn. Uh, don't spoil it because I didn't watch SmackDown yet. I'm still trying to catch up on Raw. Did you watch Raw or like all of Raw?
They did a lot of repeat stuff from the fucking pay-per-view, so it kind of upset me.
Well, I was talking to Bobby last night, and I'm almost done. There's probably like how much is left? I have like 20 minutes left. I heard that Enzo got completely beat up by like the whole cruiserweight roster.
Yeah, well, Enzo's kind of
That's so fucked up.
Enzo's kind of a punk bitch, and he a couple haters, yes, a couple haters. But no, it's the fact that it's the same story they play with Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, they're lie, cheat, and steal. Win how he's gonna win. So
I'm guessing that he probably was running his mouth, and that's why he got his ass beat.
like usual.
That's what I didn't even see it yet, but I already figured that.
But yeah, he's the punching bag right now. Granted, he may be the belt holder, but we all know that he's just a mouthpiece. That's all he really is. Yeah,
Storyline wise, I don't think he needs to have the belt for long. Him having it now is cool because getting beat up by Cass and losing his friend and him being switched brands and he won like that 5-man match like a week or two ago or something, so that's cool for him. If he lost this, it's almost kind of like he would be buried. He almost needed to have this victory and win the belt. Even if he loses it, tonight or something, or next week or something, like he need to at least have it for a little bit.
So I mean, it's not going to be a long reign for him, but shit happens. He'll probably defend it once and then lose it right after that.
Probably, yeah, I agree, exactly. Like just enough for him not to look really weak, even though he already really weak.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, his fighting style and everything like that, like, it doesn't belong in 205 because all of them are the high flyers and so on and so forth, but he's not big enough to fight with the big boys.
Yeah. Actually, when you see him, you would just compare to everyone else, he's actually taller than most people in 205.
Yeah,
he's like 5'11".
Yeah, he may be taller, but he's still a twig.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's one of those things that they're going to give him the 205. I don't think he weighs 205, but, I think he's over. But him being a smaller guy, he can't fight the big dog fight.
Yeah,
and, them breaking up Cass, if they play it right, they can play Cass up really well, but Cass is going to be another brute. And they're focusing.
I'm concerned, man, because Cass turned on Enzo and he was a heel and he's a big guy, and him getting this injury is like the worst timing of his career, man.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that they can make it so that whenever he comes back, he goes after Enzo's ass or something. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
That would be pretty cool. That'd be crazy. But anyway, so back to so I know there's a lot. Did you notice that No Mercy was almost 5 hours?
Yeah, it was, but it flowed very well. Like, I didn't like the after-match commentary shit that they did with What's Your Nuts, but, I mean, it led to more for the next night.
That's almost as long as WrestleMania.
Yeah.
WrestleMania was 5 hours. The average pay-per-view was like 3 and some change at most.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
They've been trying to pack it as much as they can just to get the viewer fan base up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the more time that you have it on, the more people are going to watch it. Because there's some people that can catch the early matches, but they have to be up the next morning, so they go to bed after, 8, 9 o'clock, some shit like that. So,
yeah,
I mean, the fact that they started at, 6 for the pre-show?
I think so,
7?
yeah.
Some shit like that. Yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't horrible matches. There was a couple of them, especially the, Brock Lesnar and fucking Braun Strowman match that kind of pissed me off.
I'm shocked that Lesnar still has the belt. But then I talked to you, because me and you, we've been talking about, one good talk a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really don't know how to predict it, or spoil it, because it's like, if Brock Lesnar is going to lose it because he's about to leave anyway. But if Braun Strowman gets it and Brock Lesnar leaves, almost nobody could physically beat him.
Well,
so I was kind of like in between the
right
two.
now in ECW, not ECW, what the hell is that? The MMA shit. UFC, that's it. Yeah. Right now in UFC, nobody wants to fight Brock Lesnar. So that's why he's not going back yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're not just going to throw him into, the title match right over the start just because he's Brock Lesnar. He has to start at least, like, at number 10.
Like, basically, yeah, he's not just getting a title match, like, thrown at him. He has to have a couple of good matches first.
Yeah.
Or win a couple of good matches, actually. I mean,
yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those things nobody's willing to fight him because he's been known to hurt people.
How do you feel about what happened to Cesaro?
Dude, I was laughing my ass off. Cesaro.
Yo, that's the first time. Because, like, anytime someone gets, the move is called a slingshot. And anytime I've ever seen, like, no
4 millimeters up. Good Lord.
Even back in the days, like, you're on your back, I got your legs, I flip, you jump into it, and you still, like, use your hands to kind of block your head. If your head even hits it, he, like, put, like, mouth first into that shit. I was like, and then like, he didn't start bleeding instantly, but he was, like, on his knees, and then when he moved his hands, like, you saw, like, a lot of blood. And this was towards, like, the beginning of the match, so he still wrestled for, like, another 10 or 15 minutes, bleeding a lot.
Well, according to Joe, he got the behind the scenes on it. Cesaro knocked his teeth out 4 millimeters up into his jaw. He didn't knock him out.
About it on Raw. I thought at first I thought his teeth got knocked out, and later on I thought they got like chipped. And then when they showed it on Raw tonight, when they re-showed the segment, that's when they gave us like the exact medical of what's going on. And
oh yeah, dude. Like, oof.
Besides that, I think one of the other craziest parts of the match was when Cesaro was on the middle rope and he powerbombed Seth Rollins onto Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
That looked like it hurt.
Yeah, and Dean still kicked out. Like, really? That hurt me.
Like, exactly. I'm saying, exactly. Yo, did you say, is Joe there?
My boy Joe.
Like the guy that used to be your roommate?
Yeah, he's back.
Yo, man, tell him I said what's good, man.
Brandon said what's good, man. What up, Killer?
What else, man? Because there was a lot. Now, honestly, man, I know we're going to be skipping around a little bit, but as far as the main event, I don't really remember a lot of the Brock Lesnar or Braun Strowman match. I just know that Lesnar kept the belt.
Well, it's one of those things. Strowman got suplexed 6 times, 1 good right hook, and 1 F5, and that was it. Other than that, he was getting manhandled. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
wow.
Like Brock was getting manhandled. Only hit him with a total of 8 good moves, and ended it. Like, really? Come on, dude.
That might have been one of them things, like, since you're a smart wrestling fan, sometimes they'll start a match and have an idea, and they'll change the outcome of matches. They've done it. Yeah. Like what you just said, I just said, I don't remember it, so I have to rewatch it, but sometimes in matches, like what you just said, sometimes they'll change it, and it'll look like it was forcefully, like, I don't know if that's the right word, like it was forced to be finished.
Yeah.
And it'll feel weird, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, he finished them off with an F5. It's like Roman Reigns ate like 4 of those. And Roman Reigns isn't half the man that Braun Strowman is.
Right.
Like, literally, size-wise.
Like, literally.
So, I mean, I'm calling bullshit on it. And if something happened, something happened. But we need Brock to lose that fucking belt. Like, that's, like, if you don't have a fighting defending champion, like if he only defends on pay-per-views and maybe one Raw every 2 months, that's no point in having the belt there.
I agree, man. I mean, he has, you can debate it, but he has the main belt, and we barely see him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like real diehard fans like us, that's not cool. But, I mean, once again, my prediction, I wasn't sure. That's more reason that I thought he was going to lose it. I mean, to me, it's almost like I almost smile because I'm a pretty smart fan, and I predict stuff, and I put all these stuff into my predictions. And when I'm proved wrong, it's almost like entertaining. It's like, holy shit, I was wrong as fuck. I told all my friends I knew this and this. I was talking all this shit, and I got it wrong.
Dude, I was calling a play-by-play on the Roman Cena match right before it happened. Almost every single move. Was it not, Joe? Like, I'm like, this is the way it's going to have to end. He's going to hit this. He's going to kick out. I mean, we got two people that don't kick out, don't go down for anything and kick out of everyone's specials.
Yeah, like finishers aren't even finishers with them.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm Roman Reigns. I can eat 12 RKOs. No, fuck you can't.
Like when we talked like last week, I'm pretty sure with Roman Reigns and Cena, I was sure that Roman was going to win. And what I said was, all the shit talking they were doing back and forth with those crazy promos.
Yeah.
Cena didn't really need the win. Roman needed it way more.
Yeah.
So that's what I was going with my prediction.
Well, it's one of those things that I think they're making Roman the semi-informal retirer.
I know because he did it with Undertaker.
Yeah, so did it with Undertaker. He's a big dude. He is. He's powerful. He's a horrible wrestler, and he's a horrible mouthpiece. It's facts.
Facts.
But, yeah, it's one of those things that if anyone's going to beat him, are you going to put him up against the biggest and best that they have? No, you're going to put it up against a guy who needs to be one of the biggest and best. Someone who has lineage, someone that should be better than what he is.
Well, what everyone's saying is with the point I kept saying with Braun Strowman, it's like, if he wins the belt, almost nobody can stop him. Everyone's saying, oh, Roman Reigns can. Like that's the only name that comes up.
No, that's the thing. Like if you go back to their matches, yeah, Roman got his ass whooped, but he put a hurting on Braun.
Oh, for sure.
He did.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it's one of those things. He beat the fuck out of Brock Lesnar. Like once they started hitting, but the back of the pay-per-view where Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorite moments in wrestling ever.
Yeah, WrestleMania. That's it. And and like they were legit swinging on each other. Like you saw the connects, you saw blood. Like oh yeah. Yeah, the RKO literally out of nowhere.
I might have to rewatch that, man, because when Reigns and Lesnar were at that WrestleMania, the one that when Seth cashed in, I remember Roman Reigns legit. It was like an extended squash match. Reigns was he got suplexed like 26 times.
How many times did Reigns get suplexed that match?
I have no idea, but it was a lot.
WrestleMania.
Like a lot. It was a whole lot.
16, 18, something like that?
Probably. Yeah, a lot. It was like the biggest one-sided match that was drawn out. I was like, because back then I was just starting to fuck with wrestling a little bit again, because I didn't watch it for like 5 years. And I'm like, I don't know who Roman Reigns is. I don't know who Reigns is. I know who Brock Lesnar is. But I was like, dude, this guy's getting completely manhandled. It's almost like you feel bad for him.
And once Brock fucking caught him with one of the fucking right hooks to the face, Roman started bleeding. Roman started fucking laying hate into it.
Yeah, it's called a receipt.
Yeah.
And they actually like Jim Ross or Michael Cole, they actually say that now on commentary. They'd be like, Seth Rollins is looking for the receipt. A receipt is like, if I hit you in the head a couple times too hard, you'll hit me back once, like pretty hard. And it's kind of like, okay, we're even now. We'll go back to wrestling. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
So
Brock didn't get the picture on that pay-per-view.
I wouldn't want to fight Brock Lesnar, man, even if we know it's like scripted and stuff. Because I feel like I'm with like my other wrestling friends, I'm still debating on when Brock Lesnar went against Randy Orton and he was on top of him giving him elbows and he started bleeding a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I heard, you know, he might have used a pill, or, you know, Brock Lesnar has his way to hit people with elbows and cut them but not really hurt them a whole lot, which I think is bullshit.
No, like, sorry, if you get cut open, you're cut open, okay? It stings on some level, no matter what you do. I'm grabbing cheese, by the way.
That doesn't even, like, I don't, so, and I heard after that, a lot of people didn't know what was going on. I don't know if you heard about that. After that match, Chris Jericho, like, confronted Brock Lesnar backstage, and they got into, like, a fight.
Yeah.
Or a verbal fight or a pushing match or something, but Chris walked up to Brock Lesnar and started talking shit. That shit is crazy, man. And, well, okay, so with the pay-per-view, what else was there? What else was there? Alexa Bliss is still champion.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
No, they're holding that because Asuka's coming up.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And that's an easy Buffy to beat down.
Dude, she's like, I think they said, because she relinquished the belt like two weeks ago, and, you know, she's undefeated. She had the belt for like a year and a half or longer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. All the females are fucked. And Asuka, she's already beaten, I'm pretty sure she's already beaten Nia Jax, so she's the biggest female there.
She's beaten all of them, all the ones that came up from NXT, unless they came up, you know, before. Like,
oh my God! Well,
Paige is coming back.
We don't know when though. They're already showing the little like skits, you know, in between matches.
Yeah.
They did it for like the last 2 weeks, but we don't know what brand. I don't know which brand I saw it on, like it was Raw or SmackDown. But
I want to say she'd be better off coming to SmackDown, just because it's a higher caliber of female wrestlers.
Mhm.
And get her away from New Day, yeah, that too. But that's a different story altogether.
Oh man. So, are you watching SmackDown right now, or did you like pause it or whatever?
No, I'm watching it right now. That's why I've been laughing.
Yeah, I got like well, technically I have about 30 minutes left on Raw because I stopped watching it because I was playing this game and I was talking to Bobby, and then I had this other phone call. So next thing I know, I was like, shit, it's like 4 in the morning. I'm about to go to bed. even for me, that's late. I was like, fuck, I'll watch this shit later. I think I'm almost done. So as far as No Mercy, what else happened? I didn't watch the kickoff show. I did want to see Elias because I like him.
Yeah, well, they just redid that on Monday. So, literally the same match.
Yeah, what was it? Elias actually beat up, he beat up, what the fuck is his name? I forget his name. God, what the fuck is it? Titus O'Neil.
Yeah.
He beat him up. I thought that was funny. I saw that.
The troll.
And, oh my God. That shit was, what else, man? I'm trying to think about No Mercy. There was a lot of matches. I mean, there was Cena. They showed, what I like about Raw is when there's a pay-per-view and then like they show like, the really
big show. Cass?
Like,
really? Camella's with Cass? That's some
no, man, don't
shit.
tell me, man. Don't tell me anything.
No, it's not on that. It's not on that. That's a behind-the-scenes thing. Inside info.
Oh. But with Alexa Bliss, man, when she kept the belt, I was like, holy shit. Like, that was probably the biggest shock out of the whole night for me.
Yeah, well, it's one of the things. If you give it to Nia, it's the same thing as giving the belt to Braun Strowman. You know what I'm saying? That's the person that is just ridiculously overpowered for their fucking weight class.
It's almost like you think they're so big, that's the reason why they're not going to win.
Yeah.
Because she's, like, so much bigger than every other female. It's like, okay. I mean, you know, the funniest thing about, if it's a 3-way or 4-way or more, I think it's, like, one of the funnest matches to watch because the only way to win is it's me against you. You hit me with the finisher. I roll out. and then someone comes and hits you with the finisher, and then you're on the ground like dead. And then so the person that just hits you with the finish is about to pin, but then someone will come out of nowhere and throw the person out the ring and like pick up the scraps and make like a cheap ass pin. That's the only way to win.
Yeah.
Like I love that shit, yo. Like, oh my god, that shit is funny. Oh, okay. So as far as No Mercy, I mean, I know there's more matches, but I don't have the list in front of me. What
The
about
tag
do you
team
remember
match, which we saw for the belts, the females match, who else was there? Like, it kind of just went so fast.
there was the cruiserweight match?
Yeah.
Didn't Enzo like cheat to win?
Of course.
Oh man, I'm gonna rewatch that because that match and the main event, I don't even remember that. And I think the cruiserweight match was like what, the second to the last match? Like they kind of put that way towards the end.
It was like second or third to the last, yeah.
Yeah, I thought they would have had that like, towards the beginning.
Yeah, well, I mean, Enzo's also a big biller, too. He's got a following, so he's allowed to go up. He may not be a great wrestler. He's just got people that will follow him.
Yeah.
So.
And he's probably in the top 3 or top 5 of who sells merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
Like the shirts and his little hair wig things, and
yep.
I'm sure probably him, New Day, and John Cena. And I'm not the biggest, probably Reigns. Like they're probably like in the top 4. Unless I'm missing somebody.
Ambrose is definitely catching up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm seeing more of his stuff, yeah.
And, Wyatt really doesn't need product. Like, he has the following. Same as Shinsuke, same as Finn Balor. They don't need to sell the stuff because they have the interaction of the entire audience.
Speaking of that, okay, we forgot about that match, Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor. I almost was sure that Bray Wyatt, because he lost at SummerSlam, and now he lost at No Mercy, so he's almost like Enzo. He talks a whole bunch of cult prophecy God shit, and then he gets his ass beat. He's like a jobber to the stars now. That's almost what he is. He's like stuck in low mid card or something. I don't know.
That's actually causing him a lot of face time now, being able to do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whether he's, he's basically playing the role that, what the fuck's his name? Goldust played for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's just making sure that everyone else's name gets out there to see how good they are, because all the people that Bray Wyatt beat, there's no way that they could beat him,
Like when I had conversations with Bobby, like the one we're having, and if you rewind it like a couple months ago, and I felt like if Bray Wyatt got the right push, I mean, he might have already been there, maybe not, but he could have been like one of the top heels, debatable.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things that he has the athleticism, he really does.
Right.
But if you keep him as a heel forever, like there's certain people that can't play heel forever. There's certain people that can't play face forever. And he's one of those. If you keep him heel, then he's gonna hit that Mick Foley point. You know what I'm saying? Where he just snaps one day and becomes the good guy.
I feel like Bray Wyatt's one of those guys that maybe he's heel, but maybe he could be one of those people that kind of transition into a tweener. Kind of like what AJ Styles was and what Rock did, what Stone Cold did. It's like, he can get to a point where he's doing bad, fucked up stuff, and people are going to start cheering for him. Because that's what I like.
Yeah.
And, I mean, when you're talking about him being like Mick Foley, I feel like he's already kind of at a brick wall right now, I think. It's like he's getting people over. He's taking the pins to get people good wins over him. And, it's, I don't know, man. I just feel like he's kind of stuck. He's kind of like lost in the shuffle right now, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, he is. But at the same time, I mean, as I said, he's getting face time. His name is out there. People know who he is. People know what he's capable of. And unfortunately, he's just selling to the next generation, and he's not even old school yet. That's the problem.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, I was shocked. Like, that. Once again, that's another one. It's like, okay, my prediction, there's no way Bray Wyatt's losing this one. And he does, I'm like, that's not good. That's
I'm
not
sorry.
good.
He said it was on its way. Like, you didn't tell me. I didn't see that corner. Sorry. Shut up. I couldn't see it. I'm going to throw something at you. Sorry
Did
about
I?
that.
Do you ever watch NXT? I think you said for the most part no, right?
No, not really. I mean, I watch a couple of the matches. I'll catch the pay-per-views and everything like that, but I don't watch it. I don't follow it like I do Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah,
Like I know who people are.
I like the pay-per-views because NXT only drops one like every like month and a half, and it's always on a Saturday before a pay-per-view. So it's like we'll get to see, most of their pay-per-views are called.
Takeover and whatnot.
Ah, you so beat me. Yeah, I had a brain fart. I was slow on that. Yeah, the pay-per-views are always called Takeover, and it's like, we'll watch Takeover on Saturday, and then the next day on Sunday will be WrestleMania. So you're like, oh, shit. So it's like, holy crap, I feel lucky. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, man, during the week, man, especially if you watch it online, it's only like 40 minutes, not that long.
Yeah.
And it's generally only about maybe 3 matches, maybe 2 promos, and it's not too much. The reason I started watching it is because, when I was starting to get back into wrestling again, it's like it's a big deal if you keep up with NXT because as soon as one of them leave and go to one of the main rosters, like when Sasha Banks was going against Charlotte and some other heel, I don't know, when Sasha brought out Bayley, the crowd went nuts, and I was like, well, who the fuck is this? Because I didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like, okay, you know who Asuka is. Anyone who just watches Raw and SmackDown probably does not know who Asuka is.
Yeah.
So when she shows up, we're going to be like, oh, fuck, she's here. And maybe some little kid will be like, well, who the fuck is this? So it's like a bigger deal when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like,
it's like if you watch like the biggest pops and stuff, like when Enzo and Cass first came to Raw or SmackDown or whatever, the crowd was completely insane. I'm like, well, who the fuck is this little guy and this tall ass guy? Because I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. There are certain people that I follow, like I know Eric Young's over there.
Oh, he's great on NXT. He's great.
He is, but when he was over in like TNA and everything like that, he was like the poster child over there for the hottest minute. It's like, dude,
and before TNA, he was in WWE already. He had like, long shiny blue pants and like almost like Eminem style hair. Yep. But even back then, he was still like strong as fuck for a pretty medium small guy. Like he's strong as a bitch. And so yeah, that's why I watch NXT. I mean, I don't watch it every single week. Almost 205, I watch like once every. You don't really need to because like they'll already like replay it. Maybe certain stuff the next Monday or on NXT the next day. And I mean, once again, even 205, that's only if we watch it online, it's only like 40 minutes, not that long. Yeah. But I mean. I'm not really huge on Enzo anyway. The only people I really like on 205 is Neville, and I like Brian Kendrick. I like Jack Gallagher. He's entertaining. He's pretty cool. I mean, besides that, then there's Rich Swann. There's Cedric Alexander. They're good. They hit hard. They have some stiff-ass strikes. Yeah. Like, they punch the fuck out of you, like, in your face. But for the most part, I don't really feel like I need to watch 205. Like, it's, like you said, it's like it's not must-see,
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that any of the big 205 matches we'll see because it'll be put on one of the pay-per-view cards.
Exactly. Like 205 did, like the Cruiserweight was.
Yeah.
But, well, shit, man. Yeah, I'm going to finish the rest of this Raw and start watching SmackDown. I think I covered everything I wanted to talk to you about. I think that's about it.
All right, man.
But yeah, dude, I'm gonna talk. Do you have to work tomorrow?
Yes.
What time do you have to work tomorrow?
I work 11 to 8.
That's not bad. I mean, that's kind of a long shift, but you said your job's pretty chill, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. That's cool, man. Tell everyone I said what up, man. I'm gonna talk to you
later.
later.
All right. No problem.
All right.
All right.